Hello everyone. Like you, even I can't wait to know how the story will unfold. So let's just quickly move towards the story. Mr. Hubert, the old man, remembered, understood, and flushed with anger. Oh, him! Yes, he saw me pick up this string here. And as he said so, he drew out the little piece of string from his pocket. But the mayor shook his head and said, "You will not make me believe that Mr. Banana, who is a man of worthy credence, mistook the cord for a pocketbook." Mr. Hubert, the peasant, furiously lifted his hand, spat at one side to attest his honor, and said in the most exasperating or irritating tone, "It is, nevertheless, truth of the good God, the sacred truth. I repeat it on my soul and my salvation." After picking up the object, you stood there, looking a long while in the mud to see if any money had fallen out. The good soul, Mr. Hubert, choked with indignation and fear. Indignation means annoyance. How anyone can tell such lies to take away an honest man's reputation? How can anyone? There was no use of Mr. Hubert's protesting, for nobody believed him. Mr. Banana repeatedly maintained that Hubert had picked up the pocketbook. For an hour, both men abused each other. Then, at his own request, Mr. Hubert was searched. Nothing was found on him. Finally, the mayor discharged Hubert with a warning that he would consult the public prosecutor and ask for further orders. A public prosecutor is legal official of the state. As he left the mayor's office, people surrounded him and questioned him with serious curiosity, meaning eagerness. Nobody believed his story of the string. Instead, people laughed at him. Mr. Hubert went along, stopping his friends, giving them his statement and presentation, turning his pocket inside out to prove that he had nothing. All they said was, "You old rascal, get out of here." Rascal means knave or mischievous person. Mr. Hubert went to the village telling every man he knew about his adventure. But he only met with incredulity. It all made him ill. The next day in the afternoon, a man named George returned the pocketbook and its contents to Mr. James, the owner of the pocketbook. George claimed to have found the pocketbook on the road to the village market. But not knowing how to read, he had given it to his employer. The news spread like fire in the neighborhood. Mr. Hubert was also informed. He was in triumph. What grieved me as much was not the thing itself as the lying. There is nothing so shameful as to be called a liar. Whatever reasons he gave, people were not willing to believe him. "Those are lying excuses," they said behind his back. Hubert felt this shame and disgrace to his self-esteem and character. He consumed his heart over this and wasted away before the very eyes of the people. People started to tell the story of the string to amuse themselves and told it in a manner of a soldier who had been on a campaign and told about his battles. Hubert's mind, touched to the depth, began to weaken day by day. Towards the end of the month, he took to his bed. He died in the first week of the following month. In the delirium of his death struggles, he kept claiming his innocence, reiterating or saying again, "A piece of string, a piece of string. By my word of honor, I did not lie." And he died. It is said that a great flood in its great wrath carried away the people and all their belongings. The grave of Hubert withstood the havoc or destruction of the floods. Well, that's undoubtedly an exciting story. The most significant part of this tale is the never-ending battle between poor and rich. The ordeal that poverty caused seems still relevant to today's time as well. And with that, let's move on to the next part of the lesson.